Hey guys, well I'm back this week with another Wednesday installment of music, antiques, and music, books, and antiques. I get mixed up on my own channel, don't I? And hope you all had a great week. I did. I got like 2.5 weeks of work left, and then I will be off all summer, and hopefully I'll be up to going to some concerts and other activities. In June, I'm going to be traveling to either Los Angeles or Cleveland to be another extra in another movie. This movie is called Candy Corn, and I'll actually get some FaceTime in that one. I will going to be playing a carnival carny in that, to an evil type character that's in there. I don't really think the preview is up yet on YouTube, but you can find it on Facebook, or there's candycorn.com. And it's going to be a very interesting, fun time. Last summer I was in Killjoy Psycho Circus, but you couldn't see me. I was like way in the back of a crowd, but my name's in the credits anyway. But that's going to be some of my adventure, and I might be taking a trip to Austria. I'm not too sure yet about that one. Connie, if you're watching, hopefully we can still go in July, which is the plan, hopefully. And that's it for my little update for now. And let's get to the records. First off, we have the Soft Machine. Next, I found another mono copy of The Doors. I already have one, and here's another one, and I'll probably trade one of them to somebody at some point, because now I have two mono copies of this album. And next I found this band on a compilation type record. I can't remember if it was on one of the psychedelic ones or the Garage Band Girls record, but I remember I liked the group and I seen this record. This is a new reissue of a band called She, an all-girl band, which there really isn't enough all-girl bands, is there? There needs to be some more. And this is kind of a blind buy. I have no idea who or what it is. The West Coast Pop Art Experimental Band Part 1. So apparently there's a part 2 somewhere. And this has a funky cover on it. I thought I'd try it out. And next we have the Fever Tree Creation. The cover's a little toasty on this one, but the vinyl looks pretty good. And next we have another new record, and this is Alice in Chains MTV Unplugged. I used to really like these guys, and I like Nirvana too, and they were both on MTV Unplugged, and then the singers met their tragic deaths at some point, so I don't know if that's the curse of the MTV Unplugged, or just the times that these came out. You know, the rock bands, they get into drugs and alcoholism, that type of thing, and things don't go right sometimes in life. And next we have a DVD collection I thought I would share. I think I mentioned I would share it on this one. And this is the Hammer collection. These are Hammer movies, and there's, I believe, 20 movies. There's 20 movies in this set, and it is a box set, and it opens this way and then down. And it comes in like 5 or 4 boxes there. And this is a Region 2, which will not play on my DVD player, but I can watch it on my laptop. And I picked this up real reasonably because these are quite expensive sometimes if you find them somewhere. And it came with like some lobby cards, reprints, Quartermass, and the Pit. These are all, if you're not familiar with Hammer movies, they did Dracula with Christopher Lee and Peter Cushing, and I think he played them. They did a Mummy one, and the Reptile, which is right here on this card. Frankenstein. But I always enjoyed these movies. They were quite almost gothic in their creations. Blood from the Mummy's Tomb. There's Christopher Lee there. Dracula, Prince of Darkness. And I guess these could be these are postcards you could send off, but I'm keeping them. Frankenstein created woman. And some of these actually were pretty good. I liked them anyway. 1 million years BC, that's Raquel Welch. If you ever seen The Green Mile, not The Green Mile, Shawshank Redemption, remember the last poster that's up on the guy's prison wall? The warden calls her old fuzzy britches. And then he throws the rock or something through the poster. I think it was that was the last poster he had up. I can't remember. And here's some of the, I won't show them all. There's some of the movies. This one has The Horror of Frankenstein, Blood from the Mummy's Tomb, Straight on Till Morning, Fear in the Night, Demons of the Mind, To the Devil a Daughter. And that's got all them movies on. This has a bunch of extras on it too. Like behind the scenes type stuff. Even a documentary about the Hammer Film Company and all their movies they put out over the years. Mostly back in the 60s and 70s. And it came with a little booklet. There's Peter Cushing. He always plays Dr. Frankenstein. but maybe that's the Frankenstein woman, which I have never seen that movie. And I look forward to watching it. And it's got kind of a bio of some of the actors and things in there. And there's Christopher Lee as Dracula. Now, out of all the Draculas that's been out, he's my favorite one because he just seems so, I don't know, I just like his version of Dracula. It's kind of more gothic, that type of thing. Hammer Films. That's a really neat collection. I've only watched one movie out of there so far. And I got plenty of stuff to watch on my days off and this summer. And now we get to the science fiction books I said I would show. And most of these are the double 2 books in one. Here we have Worlds of the Imperium. On the other side is Seven from the Mars. Excuse me. I burped. I didn't fart. An Earth Gone Mad. And it's already going mad. Still going mad. The Rebellious Stars. And there's a big guy floating there. Spaceman or something. Oh, and this lady almost reminds me of a spacey nun or something with that thingy on her head. The Wizard of Starship Poseidon. And on the other side is Let the Spacemen Beware. And here we have the King of the Fourth Planet. He looks a little bit like the Back to the Future scientist guy. Marty! And that guy. And he was also on, you guys remember him from Taxi? That really old show. Cosmic Checkmate. And next we have the Defiant Agents. And if you look real close, those look like Native Americans in space. Everybody else, the guy down there is wearing a spacesuit. And they're out there still dressed like they're from the way back in the Western days. You know, this is supposed to be way in the future, but the Native Americans have not developed any since way back then. And this says, the ever-reliable Andre Norton is, if anything, better than usual in the Defiant Agents, third and best in the space and time travel series that began with the Time Traders. Here we have a distant planet which both the U.S. and the USSR are populating with colonists in a hypnotic state of regression to their ancestors. The Russians reliving the life of the Mongol hordes of Genghis Khan. The Americans, all Apaches, recreating the days when they were a proud warrior race. Okay, I gotta get it now. The conflicts of these groups with each other, with nature on a hostile planet, with the Russian puppet masters, with an even more dangerous force from beyond the stars, make a fine heroic narrative, imaginative and inventive, told with the compelling force of a storyteller. The Defiant Agents. And here we have The Hidden Planet, lastly. Science fiction adventures on Venus. The planet Venus is one of the greatest mysteries of the sky, the closest and brightest planet to Earth, the familiar evening star, a near twin in size. No one has ever seen its surface, for it is internally hidden in thick, impenetrable clouds. Yet, if ever men go by rocket to any other world, it will be to the hidden planet first. What will they find there? What strange creatures roam its surface? What unearthly intelligence rules beneath these clouds? Only the imaginative eye of science fiction dares to suggest. The Hidden Planet. And that's all my stuff. We have a little bit shorter video. And I better get out of here, man. I'm going to get busted. I snuck in here like late or whenever he wasn't home. I snuck in here and I better get out of here before I get busted. I don't know. Maybe I could take off out of here with a couple of souvenirs. Colin, over and out. And weirdos. And here we have an IBM Selectric typewriter from the 1960s. This one has been refurbished and repainted. Now, back then, this probably would have been an ugly brown or tan or something, but the restorer painted it a nice red color. And these were very fast machines back in the day before phones and whatnot. They typed very fast, and I'm trying to do this with one hand. You see, types for you, and these had a ball right here with the fonts on it, and they were interchangeable. You could take that off, like this one is Gothic. Turn it off first. Pick that off. And you could get another ball with light italic. Put that guy on there. Try to with one hand. Yep. There we go. And that would be a different font. Let's see if we can go where were we going here? I haven't used this one yet. There you go. Look at that. Two different fonts. And there's like a day, I don't know, dozens or lots of these different types of fonts. And I only have 3 at the moment. But these are very fun machines. You can see all the inner workings in there and the oils and things going around. But these are fun machines, and I thought I would show you my IBM Selectric 1 typewriter from the 1960s. And there's also IBM 2 and IBM 3, which is a big giant typewriter, which is basically twice the size of this one. And there's lots of different versions. But I hope you enjoyed the little low typewriter